Saint Lucia's new chief executive of the Saint Lucia Tourism Authority is an old chief executive of the Saint Lucia Tourist Board, but it is a whole new day in the tourism business, and Louis Lewis has his work cut out for him.
You've been here before. You've had a distinguished period heading the organization, and we're now asking you to come back. And it's not exactly the same when you left, and there's a whole new reality that you have to confront. But
the world has changed since the pandemic, from the way people work to the technology they use. The tourism business is no exception. Artificial intelligence is changing the way people interact and work in every sphere of life, and environmental sustainability is not just a cool trend anymore, it is a matter of life and death.
Sustainable tourism practices is really critical, but it is more than just environmental. It's more than that. It's also social, it's also cultural. Our people must feel that they are part of the tourism industry. There can be no sustainable tourism industry if the people of St. Lucia are marginalized and ostracized. They must be part of it.
There is a chronic lingering dissonance between the hundreds of millions of dollars tourism generates and the way the average St. Lucian participates and profits from this multi-million-dollar industry.
Our numbers have been spectacular this year. So far, we're 3% trending, and I'll come to the data in a bit, over 2019, which was the best year for stayover arrivals. But more than just numbers, the quality of our industry matters. And how do you measure the quality of it? So when we speak about inclusive, we're saying we want more St. Lucians to participate in the tourism industry. And there is a former director, I think he was just a couple of days after I became minister, he sent me a note and he said to me, tourism is not spelled Hotel.
According to Dr. Hilaire, it's not even just a question of jobs and services, it is a matter of ownership.
If our people cannot see the reflection in the tourism industry, if they cannot see that they are part of it, it's not going to survive. So we also want more St. Lucians to own the tourism industry. And this one I'm very passionate about, because think about it. We don't have oil, we don't have diamonds, we don't have all those natural resources. Our natural resource is our people. It is also the extraordinary beauty of St. Lucia, the hills, the mountains, the rivers, the beaches, whatnot, and the experiences we have. That's our economic asset. But who should own our economic asset? Should it be external, or should it be us? It should be us. We should be the primary beneficiaries of our tourism industry. It means, therefore, we have to structure it in a way where more St. Lucians can start owning the tourism industry.
Dr. Hilaire's comments come just one day after the implementation of the minimum wage. The tourism industry employs one of the single largest blocks of the 13,000 low-wage earners who will benefit from the minimum wage. But boosting low wages isn't nearly enough to satisfy the demands of growth.
Almost 4,000 hospitality workers will benefit. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I'm rounding it off. Will benefit from that new minimum wage. We want more St. Lucians to benefit from the tourism industry. So if there are profits being made, there's capital being generated, we want our people to get the lion's share of it.
Back in the 20th century, that kind of rhetoric might have scared off investors who wanted a free hand to do wealth extraction in the third world in exchange for low-wage jobs. But as St. Lucians grow wiser and more educated, this way of doing business is becoming a recipe for political and economic instability.
We're not saying investors must not make their profit. They must make their profit. They should make profits. But our people should benefit as well. So when one speaks of an inclusive industry, we're talking about an industry that offers more opportunities for everyone. And everyone can say, I can play a part in that industry, I can become an owner, and I can become a beneficiary.
For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seaflay.